Today, we're taking a look at the OG, kind of been around the block once or twice or a bunch of times. This is the Manfrotto Mini Pixi. There's a bigger version that extends. It's called the Evo, I believe, the Pixi Evo. This is just the Pixi. On top of it, I have the original. Actually, this is not the original, but this is the Glyph. So this is they're separate pieces. Oftentimes the Manfrotto is sold separately. So this tripod is sold separately. It's super popular. It's got one button push style access, and the head rotates around. And for the most part, tabletop, you set it down, get the mic out of the way here, move the Joby HandyPod, talk about that in a sec. But that's kind of what you would do. You just mount your camera, your phone. Typically with the Glyph, you're gonna mount your phone. So this is tried and true. This is super popular. It's been around for a long time, and I love it. Fits in your hand. It's really nice, ergonomic, easy to hold, durable. It's built really well. The Glyph, not so much. This is like the second or third iteration of the Glyph. I had the original for my iPhone 5. This is for almost any other type of phone. It's not phone specific. I like it because it's got a few things going on. It's got 3 access points. So it's got 3 quarter 20s. So one there, one there, one there. Extends pretty wide, so it'll fit most of your phones. And it's got a latch in the back to secure it. So kind of looks like that. But you can kind of tell, like, just even when you've got that like springy, clanky, it's made well, but it feels still a little kind of chintzy. Like it's almost like it was 3D printed. It's not 3D printed. And it hasn't given me any problems, but at the same time, it's not as polished. So that leads me to why I pretty much replaced it with something identical, but not identical. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. So again, this is kind of the setup. Let me grab my phone real quick. This is kind of how it would work. You would mount this, crank this down, and then you basically have a sort of vlogging setup, kind of this way, that way. So that's this. Now, Joby, which is interesting because some of the similarities are just glaring. Joby came out with what they call a HandyPod. So let's look at these. This on the right is the HandyPod. This on the left is the Evo, or not the Evo, the Pixi. So I'm going to turn these around, and you can just kind of see what I'm talking about in terms of similarities. They're almost identical in appearance. Size, very similar. The HandyPod is maybe a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch taller, longer, but otherwise they pretty much operate the same, give you the same options, except for a few small differences, which are actually big and the reason why I bought them. So again, you can kind of see them over there, sort of set up on the table. Same kind of thing. So when we were talking about the Glyph, the Joby has a similar kind of locking mechanism. And honestly, it's almost like they took, because the Glyph came out first, but it's almost like they took the Glyph design and just polished it. So it's got a very similar locking back latch thing. It clamps down. It's got 3 access points, but 2 of them are 1/4 20s. So this one has 2 1/4 20s, one there, one here. And then on the top, it's a cold shoe mount. So you can mount a microphone, stuff like that, or a light. You could do that. So the one thing I do like better about this mount is the polish. It's just finished. It's also got a couple, it's just easier to load to get the phone in and out and lock down. So it's very similar in the way that they work, but this one just, again, is a little bit more polished. So the Joby Smart Mount grip is a little more polished, and I do like that it has a cold shoe on the mount on the top. the most important thing, the biggest difference here between the two tripods, and I'm going to go ahead and just for now take off the mounts and just talk about the bodies. So, biggest difference, the Joby HandyPod is actually ergonomically it's better. It's got rubberized grips on here. So, this is like rubberized textured grip. So it's grippy in your hand. Whereas the Manfrotto was really designed, I don't necessarily think it was designed to be held in the hand. It was probably taken into consideration when it was built, but the HandyPod is got actual grips. And if you can see, it's designed with curvature for your hand. So it's set up like this, whereas this one is not, it's just sort of standard legs. So that's a big difference there. And the other major difference is the head. So the head here goes 90 degrees. So you've got 90-degree pivot on the head itself. So you can mount it 90 degrees. Whereas with the original, you only have, I don't know, I'd say it's like 45-degree tilt in any direction. So this cannot be mounted like portrait style. So with this one, you can basically take it. So in addition to the rubberized grip, you can take it and then you can mount your phone in portrait style. So you have it like this. So you can go straight from portrait to landscape in one movement. And then it sits on the table just as well. So put it down and then you can go into landscape mode and you're all good. So those are the biggest differences. And that's part of the reason why I picked this up. Now, in future videos, I will tell you kind of beyond just the mobile phone applications, why I bought the HandyPod when I already had this. So this is kind of like first reasons why. If you're just looking to do mobile blogging, mobile vlogging, mobile video, this is perfect because again, you can go just 90 degrees. You can go this way and it's got the grip, super rubberized grip. It's curved. It's more ergonomic for your hands and just feels better. So they're only, in terms of price, they're probably like $5 difference. I think this one sells for around 18 on Amazon pretty regularly. The HandyPod by itself, without the top, sells for like 25. I think you can, as a kit, get it for $39.99 or $40, and that gets you the mount as well. But again, they're available sold separately. I picked up the entire kit on Best Buy for like $40. Actually, it was on sale, so it was $30. Another reason why I bought it. Anyways, those are the big differences. I'm also testing this format. This is streaming. I'm actually streaming this unlisted. I may or may not make it public, but I just want to get a feel for the format to see if this is something that I can do, because editing, honestly, I just don't have the time to edit. So I'd rather get some content done, show you some of the actual process and what I'm thinking in terms of why I buy these things and what ultimately I think I'm going to use them for. And then actually use them. So if you found this helpful, just hit that like button down below, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And if you subscribe, it'll just help me on that journey, help me get there closer, faster, and I'd really appreciate it. So thanks for watching and hope you found that helpful. If you did, like I said, hit that like button and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.